So now I'm going to show you how to make the sailor hat. If you like the color that I used for this duck, I used my Red Heart Super Saver Jumbo, and the color that I used was soft white. But for the female, I'm going to make her hat in this glittery Red Heart yarn. So it has like a purple color, and it has a glitter metallic sheen that goes through it. So go ahead and get whatever color yarn that you want for your sailor hat, and you're going to start with the magic circle. So you just drape the yarn across your 4 fingers, use your thumb to stabilize, and then wrap the yarn around your 2 middle fingers and then hold it in place with your pinky and your thumb. Then just take your crochet hook and bring up a loop, and then yarn over, turn the hook upside down, and go through that loop for a slip knot. Then you're going to take and make 6 single crochet into the magic circle. Then you can take and close the magic circle. Just take your forefinger and thumb, hold the base of the 6 single crochet. You have the 2 loops on the opposite side. Go ahead and pull on one of them. If it doesn't close, let go and pull on the other one, but this one's closing. And then just take that loose yarn end and pull on that. And then just turn your work. And then you're going to go into the first stitch in the round. And then you're going to make 2 single crochet into every stitch around until you have a total stitch count in the round of 12. So go ahead, finish making 2 single crochet into every stitch around until you have a total of 12 stitches, and then come back. Now you should have 12 stitches in the round, and you can take and turn your work over and pull on that loose yarn end if you need to close up the center of the magic circle. Then you're just going to take a scrap of yarn and place it right where you left off. We're going to be making 2 increase rounds, which means we're going to increase the number of stitches in the round. So for the first increase round, you're going to make 1 single crochet into the first stitch, and then 2 single crochet into the second stitch. And then you're going to repeat that pattern all the way around back to the yarn marker. So 1 single crochet into the first stitch, and then 2 single crochet into the second stitch. And when you finish this round, you should have 18 stitches in the round. Then just take and move the yarn marker up to where you left off, and for this last increase round, you're going to be making 1 single crochet into 2 stitches, and then 2 single crochet into the third stitch. And you're going to repeat that pattern all the way around back to the yarn marker. So 1 single crochet into 2 stitches, and then 2 single crochet into the third stitch, and repeat that pattern all the way around back to the yarn marker. So now you should have a total of 24 stitches in the round after finishing that last round, and you're going to be maintaining that stitch count now for these next 4 rounds. So each round should have 24 stitches when you reach the yarn marker. So you're going to leave the yarn marker in place, and you're only going to make 1 single crochet in every stitch around until you've completed 4 rounds. So 4 rounds of only 1 single crochet in every stitch around. So after you finish your 4 rounds of 1 single crochet in every stitch, this is how your work should look. Go ahead and remove the yarn marker And then you're going to make a slip stitch into the next stitch over. So just go into the next stitch over and then just yarn over and then bring the yarn through both loops on the hook. Then you're going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. Now we're going to make an increase round using the double crochet stitch. So this first chain 3 counts as your first double crochet. And we're going to make 1 double crochet into a total of 3 stitches. So this first chain 3 counts as your first one. So just yarn over, go into the next stitch, bring up a loop, yarn over and go through 2, and then yarn over and go through 2 to complete a double crochet. So now I have 1 double crochet in 2 stitches. I'm going to make 1 double crochet into the 3rd stitch and then 2 double crochet into the 4th stitch. And you're going to repeat this pattern all the way around back to your first chain 3. I'm going to make 1 more set with you. So you're going to make 1 double crochet into 3 stitches. And then you're going to make 2 double crochet into the 4th stitch. And you're going to repeat this pattern all the way around back to the first chain 3 that you made. So now you should have a total of 30 double crochet in the round. Then we're going to make a slip stitch into the top stitch of that first chain 3 that you made. So go ahead and go into that top stitch, yarn over, turn the hook upside down, and bring the yarn through both loops on the hook for a slip stitch. Then we're going to move up to the next round, and you're going to make a chain of 2. 1, 2. And then that first chain 2 counts as your first half double crochet for the next round. It's also going to be an increase round. So this first chain 2 counts as your first half double crochet, and you're going to make 1 half double crochet into the next stitch for your second half double crochet. Yarn over, go into the next stitch, bring up a loop, yarn over, turn the hook upside down and go through all 3 loops for your third half double crochet. And then 1 half double crochet into the 4th stitch, and then 2 half double crochet into the 5th stitch. And then you're going to repeat this pattern all the way around back to the first chain 2 that you made. So 1 half double crochet into the next 4 stitches, and then 2 half double crochet into the 5th stitch. And when you finish this round, you'll have a total of 36 stitches in the round. Then, when you reach the first chain 2 that you made, go ahead and make a slip stitch into the top stitch of that first chain 2. Just yarn over, turn the hook upside down, and bring the yarn through both loops on the hook for a slip stitch. Then you're going to finish off, just yarn over and pull enough yarn through to sew the hat onto the duck. Now before we sew the hat on the duck, go ahead and get some craft stuffing and then put that loose yarn end into the center of the hat and then put your craft stuffing into the hat. And remember, you want the double crochet, half double crochet round to be free. So don't put the craft stuffing all the way up to the edge. You only want it to go to the double crochet, the bottom of the double crochet round, because remember that part is going to fold up on the duck head. Then you're going to take your hat and place it onto the duck, and you're going to sew it along the base of the double crochet round, because remember this is going to fold up. So make sure that you're not placing it over your eyelashes. Then you're just going to take your tapestry needle and you want to weave the yarn towards the base of the double crochet. So don't sew it to the duck yet, because you want this portion to flip up. So just lay that down, and then you're going to sew it, and I put where we made our slip stitches towards the back of the duck. And then just take and sew all along the base of the double crochet, because remember, this part's going to flip up, so you don't want to sew that to the duck. You just want to keep the craft stuffing into the area where you made your single crochet. And then you're just going to take and go in and out, and then just sew the hat to the duck. And remember, you can make more than one round where you sew around, so don't worry if you're skipping some stitches as you sew. Now when you're finished sewing the hat in place, I usually tie a knot in the back, towards the back. I usually go through twice. Then you can take and go right where you tied your knot and come out anywhere at the top of the hat. And then you can trim the loose yarn end. And then you're ready to flip the sides of the hat up. And then any stuffing, you can go ahead and remove any stuffing. So for the male hat, I put him from, if you use the comical eyes, I went 1, 2, 3, 4 rounds back. And then for the female, I went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, about 6 rounds back, because we're going to add a flower too. So for the flower, I started with the white colored yarn for the center of the flower. So I just took the white colored yarn, folded it over on itself to form a loop, and then take your crochet hook, go right through the loop, hold the base of the loop with your middle finger and thumb, then yarn over, turn the hook upside down, and go through the loop for a slip knot. Go ahead and cinch that knot down, and then cinch the loop around your hook, and then we're going to make a chain. So I'm going to make a chain of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then you're going to slip stitch into a circle. So go right into that first chain that you made, and then just yarn over, turn the hook upside down, and bring the yarn through both loops for a slip stitch. And then you made a chain 5 loop. Then you're going to chain 1, and then go right into the center of the circle, bring up a loop, and make a single crochet. Then you're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and then single crochet into the center of the circle again. And then you made 1 chain 3 loop, and you're going to make a total of 5 chain 3 loops. I'm going to make one more with you. Chain 3, and then single crochet into the center of the circle for your second chain 3 loop. And you're going to repeat this until you have a total of 5 chain 3 loops. So now I have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 chain 3 loops. I'm going to make one more chain 3. 1, 2, 3, and then I'm going to slip stitch into that first single crochet that we made. So just yarn over and pull the yarn through both loops on the hook. Then go ahead and finish off. Just yarn over and then just pull enough yarn through to bury into your work. Then you're going to go take your crochet hook, go into one of the chain 3 loops, and I'm going right next to where I finished off. I'm going to bring up a loop with my purple, glitter purple yarn, or whatever color you want for your flower, and then go ahead and tie a knot. Then you're going to chain 1 and then make a single crochet into the same chain 3 loop. So bring up a loop and then make a single crochet. And I'm just going to scoot my work over. Then I'm going to make a half double crochet, 2 double crochet, so there's 1, and then 1 half double crochet, and then a single crochet. And then you have 1 flower petal complete. So make 1 more petal with you. So I'm going to go right into the next chain 3 loop, bring up a loop, make a single crochet, 1 half double crochet, two double crochet, one half double crochet, and then 1 single crochet. And then you have your second petal complete. So go ahead, finish making your petals all the way around in each of the chain 3 loops. Then, after you finish a petal in each of the chain 3 loops, you can make a slip stitch into the first single crochet that you made in the first petal. Just yarn over and pull the yarn through both loops for a slip stitch. Then you can go ahead and finish off. Just yarn over and pull enough yarn through to sew the flower onto the hat. But before you sew it on, you're just going to bury the loose yarn ends. So I'm going to show you how to do that. Just take your tapestry needle, put the loose yarn ends onto the tapestry needle or darning needle, and then just take and weave it through the wrong side of the work. So now your flower is ready to be sewn on to the hat. So for mine, you can see that I put it towards the left front portion of the hat, and I sewed the top part of the petal to the hat, and then I sewed the bottom portion to the head, and this is what it looks like from behind. And it almost looks blue on video tutorial, but it's actually a really pretty purple, glittery purple color.